It was an unlikely story. So Guy and I sang in our choirs at university, our college choirs. So not the most cool thing to do, but taught us how to sing.
We wanted to be cool.
We wanted to be cool.
Yeah.
So we took a bit of a sideways. We started singing in a jazz band, and then I started writing these slightly mischievous lyrics about. Well, the first song, in fact, was about Prince Harry, but that was a while ago now.
Yeah, and we started with the jazz standards, moved on to this, and then slowly, but we just built these songs, and then suddenly we got this
a very unexpected call.
At the last minute, we were just like, "Can you do this Christmas party at 10 Downing Street?" And we said,
"How does that happen? I've never got that call."
Well, no. It's probably because you charged too much. Because I think they knew we were cheap at that stage.
I'm free.
So, OK, well, we'll put you in touch. No, so I think it was around the time of the expenses scandal. So I've probably been really indiscreet here. So I think they were keen not to spend too much money. So they got us. And rising to the occasion, we came up with an idea to do a slightly cheeky song, as we do, about Cameron and Clegg, who at the time were the coalition. So we did a version of Me and My Shadow.
Of course.
But then I made a bit of an error, which Guy hasn't quite forgiven me for.
Well,
do tell.
We gave the lyrics to, or never asked for permission. Is the moral of the story. We asked for permission. Can we sing these lyrics? And then it went up through the email ranks, you know, all the way up to the principal private secretary, who is part of the cabinet, and said, very funny but too close to the bone, so you can't perform it. But we got to the actual...
in the sort of heat of the moment, because D Cam had been dancing with Sam Cam, sort of in his socks, twirling her around very nicely. So there was quite a sort of jolly atmosphere. And then he conveniently left for an early night. And I think word had got around the staff about this sort of forbidden song. So there was something like a sort of rallying call. Yeah,
they were just like, sing the song, sing the song.
So this officially never happened. And we're showing this with London Live TV, but
it never happened.
It never officially happened. But make of that story what you will. But we were nicknamed the Pussy Riot of Whitehall.
Of course.
So that's how it all began.
Well, it must have been a good first gig, because you were a sold-out favourite in Soho now. Tell us a bit about the act that you put on these days. We saw a glimpse there.
Sure, thanks. Well, as you can see, we usually perform with a very talented pianist on the far left. That's called Ben Como. And then that's Harry Evans on the bass.
That is cool.
Pronouns go. And then on drums, you can't see him, but Theo Guttenplan's in the far corner. And Guy, how would you describe the venue? Zédel?
Well, it's sort of very kind of Art Deco, underground, massive marble sort of palace, really, a restaurant which has about 500 seats. But then there's this kind of American bar, and then there's this beautiful cabaret venue for 80 people roughly. And it's very intimate, so you can see everyone. They're all part of the show. You're very sort of
you can make them part of the show.
Yeah, we do make them part of the show. And every night they've got 2 shows of brilliant cabaret, and it's basically showcasing the best cabaret around the world. And it all comes. This is the place to come if you like that.
And it's not just cabaret. They have sort of Grace and Perry talking about art. They have
Michael Parkinson's son
also called Michael,
interviewing.
Mike for short.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, let's talk about the songs then that you put on at this great venue. How do you go about writing them? Very interesting topics. And how do you go about picking the original song that you're going to use to pick your theme? We mentioned, you know, Frank Sinatra's "My Way," and
very
you did a
that
Brexit
was an interesting one.
I think we sing songs, the tunes and the music that we like. I think that's where we start. We just what do we actually like?
Can't sing a song you hate.
No, exactly. Never sing a song you hate. And then
good advice.
And then we at the beginning we started to twist the song to make it a funny twist on what the song was already about. But then we started to just sort of use completely different themes and then find a song and then like make them come together, like the Brexit song.
My Way is an interesting one, because I hadn't realised that, obviously we know Sinatra made it his own, but it was based on a French song before that. And I looked at a guy called Claude François, and it was called Comme d'habitude. And the original is quite sort of hysterical, histrionic, and I suddenly thought this could be interesting if we sort of put this as a duet between Jean-Claude Juncker and Michel Barnier, who were very upset about le Brexit. So that's how that one came about.
So we have just found out that Jean-Claude Juncker has announced they have a deal, so
breaking news.
Will we be able to sing the song anymore?
Well, that's the thing. Do you have to stay on top? Do you always try and stay with trend with your songs? We heard a song about Instagram and things like that.
We do, but some of the topics we talk about are kind of basically are going to, you know, last forever. In fact, the the Brexit one, the Brexit song, the words haven't changed for 2.5 years.
Not that I've been lazy with updating it.
But they haven't needed to.
They haven't needed to. It's very true, because I think a lot of people sort of say, like, where's your Trump song, where's your Boris song? I think, too, first of all, I think people are almost slightly sick of hearing about that stuff. Like, everyone thinks Trump's a bit of a goon, to put it mildly. And the Boris stuff is changing by the minute. So I think it's just for practical reasons, it's hard to stay on top of it. But just secondly, as well, I think often songs are about A, something lighter, and B, something that isn't going to age. Like, for example, we've got a song about cheese.
A song about G-strings and the joy of wearing them as men.
G-strings or G-strings?
Very similar sounding, but not cheese, G, the underwear.
To Bach's Air on a G-string, which is his famous masterpiece. We did a lingerie version. Someone said,
how do you pronounce that?
Well, I said lingerie, and this guy came up to me after a show and said, it's not lingerie, it's lingerie.
Who was that? A Frenchman?
I don't know.
Jean-Claude Juncker.
Anyway, so...
so that, and then sometimes we actually get commissioned to write originals. Like the latest one, which we just unveiled this week, was for just for a private party, but it was James Bond themed. So for a bit of a challenge, I thought we could try and attempt to sing all 24 James Bond title songs in under 007 minutes.